Walk up to deposits and it's only 8 a.m. Do it for the fam, I don't do it for the gram. Do it for my daughters, do it for my little man. That's my 2020, reason why I win. Lot of missed calls, looking bloody in my call log. I bet to myself, I'm not sorry that I logged, dog. Check my mental health, I was feeling like a lost dog. Bounce back and wipe my paws off. Get it off the humble and I stick to what I know. Nights on top of nights, long nights took a toll. Took some steps back, but I still get up and I go. And now you know, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it. Pressure on me daily, got the family on my back. Dreams are getting bigger, put the city on my map. Wrote inside my palm, but I'll try not to get attached. Moment that it's here, could be over just like that. Fast car, no NASCAR. I was never working hard, I guess I'm mad smart. Top speed like a rocket, it was blast off. 6 figures from my couch without a mask on. Waited for my cycle like a laundromat. Going to the moon, it's on top and that. 2 straight years of dropping back to back. Epidemic jumping like an acrobat. I'ma make some and I'ma spend it, yeah. New Jeep, no doors with it, no. I won't stop now, who you kidding? Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma send it, I'ma send it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it, I'ma make some and I'ma spend it. Every day I wake up, I'ma send it.
Click, clack, chart, stack, bagging up them profits. Live stream flowing, keyboard slamming, never stop it. Tradesharpe on the rise, make 'em Wall Street nervous. Big account, buying lobsters at that lavish surface. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trade. Crypto, forex, indices all aligned. Tradesharpe stunning, pockets full, feeling fine. Few account climbing, gains up in the skies. Every trade a banger, never seeing demise. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trades. Crypto, forex, indices all aligned. Tradesharpe stunning, pockets full, feeling fine. View account climbing, gains up in the skies. Every trade a banger, never seeing demise. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trades. Got that Midas touch, turning trades to gold. Fans watching all, stories being told. Broker fees no bother, wealth and rapid fold. Tradesharpe living large, lobsters never cold. Cash flow quick, lobsters in the mix. True hustle on display, never miss a click. Dollar signs, live streams, making waves. In the market game, riding high like trades.
Good morning all. Yes, sir. Hope everyone is well. Hope everyone is good. Let's get it. Happy today is Tuesday here. See what we got going on for today. See what we can do in the market. Good morning. Let's get it. So gold unchanged from yesterday in terms of market positioning. We can see that calendar wise today, Monday, we have a bit of GP news that passed us, claimant change. We have a bit of CAD news and a little bit of pending home sales. Not a big deal, to be honest. 6 p.m. really not going to make too much of a difference in the market. So I'd consider a clean day. We have an FOMC member speaking at 4 p.m. So, and then we have a bit of ADP, which is now they're doing ADP weekly employment change. So they're keeping that as yellow folder. It's not going to be too crazy or too important right there. Coming back to the charts, we start off on daily on gold. We can see daily is trying to recover on gold. Gold is trying to recover towards the upside. We see daily rejection now closing bullish. We have already broken daily high. We have a daily support sitting here. So we need to unfortunately add another line. I don't like when we're ranging because too many lines come, you know. 4-hour time frame on the other hand has broken structure towards the downside. So we attempted, and we're trying our best to make our way back towards the upside. That's like what's happening at the moment, is we're trying our best to make our way towards the upside. And yeah, as you can see, 4-hour broke the low as well, but we're respecting this massive rejection zone. 1-hour time frame respecting massive supports here. This we can bring and show you like that. 1S. We're trying to bounce from there with mixed bias. 1-hour time frame did close bearish the previous one. 30-minute is trying to close strong now in 7 minutes above this 4-hour support we have from this morning, which can open the door to some buys. We just have quite a bit of messy ranges. So I'd like to see a close above this support, pull back, and then we buy off the pullback, right? So once it creates support here, I'll take buys back up. So I want to see a close here. It maybe rejects here. That rejection comes down to retest there. We see a support, then we can take bigger buys. If not, I'm not wanting to be a seller here. Too much rejections, too many buys coming from this zone. Almost every single time we've made our way back towards the top of the range, right? So if we look starting from here, we've had a good bounce. Starting from here, good bounce. Starting from here, massive bounce. Starting from here, good bounce. Starting from here, good bounce. And what can we see? Similar scenario of what I'm looking for, right? We see us push up first, we retracement, form a support, and then I can kind of look for that type of concept to look for buys, something like that, right? So that's what I kind of want to see here happen if we close above here. If we reject, then we might range in here, which is when we don't trade if we start to range. But we don't know yet if it's going to range because we're not really ranging at the moment. We're trying to reverse the structure. So let's see 6 minutes now. What is going to happen? So DAX here on the other hand, big bullish pressure we've had moving up, obviously leading to a very strong daily candle close here. Although slightly messy, we can see that we have a pretty strong daily candle close breaking this structure here. So put this PDR like that. 4-hour time frame on the other hand, respecting the structure. So remember, gold is breaking the structure. It is still giving us a mixed bias, but gold, we're breaking the structure. On DAX, we're trying to respect the structure, make our way slowly back up to this resistance up here. 1-hour time frame closing bullish, 30-minute time frame closing bullish, no structure on 30 just yet. 15-minute time frame trying to close above the range. Once we leave this 15-minute range, we can make our way back up to this 4-hour resistance here at this yellow line, and then we see what's up. So that's what I'm looking for on DAX, is some buys continuation. I'd like to see probably the same setup as gold. Also, we have 30 minutes because, you know, we can wait for what? We can wait for, obviously, London Open, where we get most of our moves. Yesterday, that is when we got the move, right? After London Open. So the winning trade. So now let's look at NASDAQ here, right? NASDAQ, daily time frame, closing bearish, break of structure. First break of structure since here, guys. Massive, massive candle. I want to repeat myself. Massive candle. Since March, 2 months ago, This is our first daily break of structure. We haven't had a daily break of structure till now. So we finally broken daily structure here. Does it mean that this whole thing is going to collapse? No. But what it does mean is this is probably the end of massive upside until we form some sort of 4-hour range at least. So let's go see. Daily candle closing below. 4-hour candle closing below. Now we can move this to here like this. I don't like the way when we close below, we reject. Close below, reject. It's not really giving us confidence of continuation. We can see buyers try to keep getting involved. Since yesterday, we've been trying to come back to this 4-hour support, which is something I suggested would be plausible target. But in doing so, we head up, we come back down, we try again, we head up, we come back down, we try again. Now we're retracing again. Nevertheless, this is a bearish bias here, and I would be ultimately looking for sells. So if I pull this to this 1 hour here, the nice thing is we could sell off a retracement. If we're going to reverse and do what we did yesterday, which is London become counter bias, we can follow that same trend, which is sort of happening at the moment. But I really feel like it's going to be back above this 4-hour support minimum, because we need to be back in the 4-hour range. Otherwise, this can be a retest zone. And then we can look to either squeeze this range or to take the simple buy back above here. But remember, till after London open, we didn't get really direction standard. So if we study yesterday's session, you can see how yesterday's session formed, okay? Should we study on 5 minutes or 15? I think 15 we can study it. Would be better. So yesterday's session, we were leaning bearish, right? Before this candle here. Pre-session, around this time is when we tried to attempt some sells. What ended up happening is then price made a direction candle. Boom, strong engulfing candle, started to continue up. We then had a detailed analysis of why sells here would not make sense. Make sure to check that out. And then we said we need price to choose direction. So price chose direction towards the upside. Again, sellers would have been involved here again. They're trying to sell. They're like, oh, it's another fake out. On lower time frames, it's manipulating a lot. We break the highs, we fail, we come back to the lows. Until later, around 12, 1 hour after London open, do we close above and actually for the first time get a continuation without a liquidity grab. So we can see we picked the direction and we went counter trend counter bias, sorry, and counter trend for London. Today, could the same thing happen? Possible, yes. So we need to see how price is forming. And remember, we did a lot of manipulation first. So seeing price close up here, pull back will give us the option. What's interesting is all pairs have that kind of same options, right? So we're seeing those same options through a multitude of different assets, right? So we're seeing NASDAQ be the same type of thing, seeing gold be the same type of thing. Now, for straight sells, I don't know how I feel just selling the lows here. I don't think it's going to be the smartest idea to just sell the lows. But again, we'll just have to analyze price action. You know, if we can see maybe some structure below on like a lower time frame, 5-minute close below, pull back, we can extend targets down to here because we do have a nice range. So as long as I don't see like a strong close and then break of low, I feel that's a fake out. So I rather see that happen. Now, if we just close a classic 15-minute candle back in the range, I'd like to see some sort of 5-minute structure to give me confidence that we have not picked direction towards the upside, because 15-minute has broken structure. But we can see the same pattern repeat, such as here, we break structure, we retrace, such as here, we break structure. If we close back in the range, 5-minute looks good because we have a 5-minute range here. We're below that. We could look to extend some sells and attempt to repeat what happened here, right? So this is something I want to look at here. But what's important, 15-minute candle close in the range is step one, right? That's step one, is to have that 15-minute candle closing back in the range. Without that, it's going to be difficult because we might just retrace to continue up. If we get an FU candle towards the downside, it's not our position, right? So then we have no FOMO based on that. So let's see how everything forms here on the charts. And then we can see what we can take. That's basically the analysis here. Let's check up what gold has been doing. It's trying to get above that 4-hour support and it didn't. So again, for the buys, we want to see it. We didn't even close above we didn't even see it close above here. It's mixed bias on most days. Mixed bias is easy to trade though. It's not difficult to trade a mixed bias. If you have analysis, you know, once you analyze the charts, you don't actually need to have full bias. Like bias is an extra confirmation. For me, without even looking at how the previous candles close, I could make analysis of what the bias is today. But I like the confirmation, you know? I like the confirmation. Hi, could you see the gold early trade I took? Do you think it just needed more structure? Where do you put it in member trade reviews? Or where? Yeah? Okay, we can have a look. Yes, there. So you took these buys. Oof, hard to take a buy. What did you take it there? 30-minute. 5-minute look like that. Yeah, it's just late, man. You take it into that box zone there that you respected. Let's see where this was. I'm guessing. Yeah, here we retested into that zone. Idea was the hour close. You see, the problem is you're buying a downtrend. That's what I don't understand. It's a bit difficult to do that. You have to be sure this is the low without tapping the actual lows. So you're short of the lows, means we didn't tap the lows. Okay, yes, you have daily support there, great. But we've done this so many times where we've changed structure, but still failed. It's just the same pattern. So you probably in this instance need a 15-minute change of structure for anything to happen, man. You need that 15 change of structure, right? Every time we've done it. Look, close bullish, break the highs, fail. Here, change of structure, fail. It's just early. We didn't tap the bottom of the range. You have to mark the bottom of the range like this. We didn't tap it yet. So to say that this is going to be the low of the session, it's hard. You need confirmation of that. Now you can see that we've tapped the bottom of the range. I'm now starting to consider buys, right? Because now I know that this has been tapped. If this wasn't tapped, I would say maybe I need liquidity grab. So the idea is, right, just early, right? Let price prove to you momentum has changed, or wait for it to come back down to bottom of the range. Execution and late idea was the hour close. You mean you wanted the hour to close bullish? Even if the hour closed bullish, we still didn't tap a target on the 1 hour. You know? I get the daily support. I totally agree with the daily support. It's a great zone to be in. It's just when you look at the way that we're forming and the range that we're forming, you just need extra confirmation. Like, your idea is not wrong here. It's just early. Like, you see the buys, but if you were even a buyer from here, taking this aggressive shot would have been better. You know, this break of structure, like this. Somewhere even here or here. This is complex trade to take because of this tapping target. It's not easy, but you know, it's your idea will play, you know. So that's how it is. So at least we tap hourly levels, 4 hour, 1 hour, or daily first. Well, we tap daily, but we just need to understand what type of day it is, you know? Pip and dip. V2R, question mark. What's your question, brother? Are you questioning my analysis? Harry, I was $15 short of passing my two-step challenge. Now I'm $100 down. Yeah, don't blow it, man. Just trade slow. You can make that $100. Don't worry. You know, most of the work is done. Just concentrate on taking high-quality setups, following a plan, using proper risk. If it's a 10K challenge, you're down 1%. It's not bad. You can make that back in one trade. No, bro, check my previous question. Post it, man. Sometimes I'm reading the chat from the exclusive group and I miss some questions. So I always prioritize that chat. So sometimes I'll miss questions on YouTube. Repost. Can we take a long buy entry? I mean, you can take what you want, but the problem is it's not about long buy entry. It's about, is the stop loss going to be worth it? Right, if you take a long here, you put 90 pip stop loss straight into resistance. Bro, if we mark from swing low or the lowest, should we mark the bearish wick or bullish wick? I don't mark the wicks. I mark from bodies, because bodies are more accurate. I really like the new set of your YouTube videos about your journey. Just watched the latest one. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. It's good for people starting out. Yeah, I feel it is good for sure. It's a little bit different than me kind of telling you what I do and what to do. It's kind of sharing, okay, what I have done and what I felt made a difference to me. Like, those are very valuable videos because these are just purely speaking through experience, right? Like, this was a big moment, you know, when you were losing all this time and you just never made any money, and then finally it clicked. What about DAX, bro? Yeah, we analyzed it. We just need to wait and see because we have no structures on DAX just yet. 5 minute is creating some sort of structure, but we can't take it on 5 because if we take it on 5, then it might, you know, we're trading into resistance basically. It's not my rules. But 15, you know. Anyone from the group trading power hour? Yeah, a few people trade power hour. Gabriel sometimes streams power hour in the group. Morning, Harry. If price consolidates and rejects more on one side, do we expect change to try and reach the other side, or we just wait for proper breaks? You mean if it's rejecting a resistance, is it likely to then retrace? Is that what you're asking? Is it worth checking out? It's definitely a good time. Yeah, I like power hour. You know, you just keep it a 1 hour session. Sometimes you have to hold your trade longer than that time. But, you know, it's good for people who can't make... it's good for people who can't make it to NYSE. Or it's also good for people who don't like the speed of NYSE. Some people don't like NYSE speed. So they much rather let NYSE pick the direction and then trade power hour. It's a little bit, but the only problem is if you've had a banging NYSE, meaning we've just ripped, it's very hard in power hour to do much because everything's really gone, right? Yeah, you don't really look for the opposite side, man. You kind of wait and see for confirmations, right? So if we reject, right? If we reject, let's say, a resistance multiple times, doesn't mean we're gonna fail. Sometimes it could keep rejecting it and then it can, boom, break towards the upside. Harry, I have a problem. Like, when I win, it's all good, but after losing a trade, I instantly feel to make it back now, and then I end up losing. How can I fix? I mean, you fix by having a structure around you, right? And that structure is going to put you into some sort of environment that helps you get over that problem. Someone in your ear telling you the same thing, you having to be accountable. That's the only thing you can do. If you're not willing to have that type of structure, then the best thing is just time, man. Soon enough, you're going to get fed up with it. You know? I remember, like, one of my biggest problems was hesitating to take trades. I used to always be very good, make such a solid plan, and then just hesitate out of the option, make some excuse why I shouldn't take it, and just never take a trade. Scared to lose, so I would just hesitate. And I would keep doing that because it was way easier to hesitate than to take a trade and me be wrong and feel shit the whole day. You know, so I would hesitate out the good options and then FOMO into the bad options. And feel shit anyways. So I was stuck in that cycle. You know, and I didn't have someone in my ear telling me, just be confident, be confident, be confident. I didn't. So eventually I just told myself at some point I'm going to get fed up of this. And I did get fed up of this. And I said, I'm just done. Like, and I actually talk about it in this video, right? I talk about it in this video. It touches on that moment where this is kind of when I was getting out of it. Now, it wasn't something that was a light bulb switch, but it was very similar to that moment. And that's when it kind of started. Same for me, and you pointed that last week it's already better now, gaining confidence with every trade. Yeah, perfect. That's kind of the thing, man, you know? My biggest problem is closing on a small pullback to see it going to target. Yes, very, very common, man. That's very common. You know, I think with that, you just need to see after time that your trades play to TP, right? Because you just like, it's like we let losers lose, but are scared to let winners win, because this tells me that you don't see trades much in profit, which is fine. It can be fixed. But let me explain this. When I take a trade, if anyone, the guys in the group can tell you, NYSE, when I'm trading NYSE, more often than not, I would say about 70-60% of the time, my trades will remain in profit for the majority of the trade. So I am used to seeing the trade in profit. So when it's in drawdown and you're not trained to follow your plan or trust your idea, you start to marry and you're like, okay, so what you do is you do two things. You either close early and draw down. But most people who have that problem, it's an easy problem to fix. The problem is when people marry a trade in drawdown. So now they start to become optimistic. But when the trade moves in their direction, they become pessimistic. Meaning, in drawdown, you're optimistic. Oh, this trade's going to work. I know it's going to reverse. It's going to reject here. But when the trade is going in your direction, you start to say, I'm up $100. I risked 500, but I'm up $100. Let me see if I can catch something, you know, or should I just take it here? And this is a bad habit. Have targets. If it doesn't reach the target, like, that's why I even use sometimes a 1-to-1 a lot of the time, because I know that price can reach that target and I'm happy with that. It's enough to pay me. So maybe start with that. Start adapting to a strategy that helps the problems you have in trading. Such as my strategy is simple because I'm targeting, I have bigger targets. I can target 1-to-3, 1-to-4, but on a day-to-day basis, targeting a 1-to-1 is going to solve that. Harry, how are you? Do you think 10K is a good one for starting? Imagine you have the knowledge and practice creating a snowball effect. You mean money-wise? No, 10K won't make a difference. I started with 25K and it didn't make a difference to me. Just because I had 25K, it was a risk to blow all that 25K. What's going to make a difference is knowing where to invest that money. Like, if I'm being honest, if you have 10K, you might as well just invest $75 to get very, very good education. And that's just an honest truth, not me pushing. It's just really what's going to help you succeed. So let's see, guys. 15-minute candle closing above here on gold. 5-minute time frame looking like a thunderstorm. Could have a little bit of a buy setup here, so let's be on standby. Break of thunderstorm, stop loss about 60 pips. Let's see how we close here. I would like to see a strong bottom wick here once we break the structure. Small bottom wick I don't trust, and definitely no bottom wick I don't trust. Yeah, that's a good bottom wick. Double check everything, 1 hour. Yeah, so I'd like to give this a shot here. Breaking the high. Stop loss below this wick here. And see if we can get the continuation. So yeah, if this flips here, I feel a bit confident. Okay. Or it can do that. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this order now. We've dumped here, and this is why we wait for bottom wicks. So I'm just gonna cancel the order here, and that's a lesson of why we wait for bottom wicks. So that's very good. Asia and London cooks more, in my opinion. NY is a Trump tweet session. NYSE is very good, man. NYSE is very, very good. So yeah, I deleted my order here. I'm still like the idea, but this is now moving a bit deep. I don't want to see so much of a rejection. You know, so I'm not going to take the buy here if we break the high. I'm going to wait for probably this 30-minute close here. And this is so important why waiting for good bottom wick in this scenario makes sense. Saves you a lot. All right, NASDAQ. Taking the idea of NASDAQ wrong, we just had resistance on NASDAQ. That's the problem I have. I think at NASDAQ better to wait for open at the moment here. And then if on open we can get something above here, could be nice. See how this looks on futures as well. Yeah, same thing. See how DAX is doing. DAX is moving nicely through the ranges here. This yellow line here, I know it's faint. That's going to be a potential problem. Morning, Harry. Can you look at my GJ idea looking for 15-minute sells? Let's have a look. Once we get below, yeah, that should be fine. But look, every time we close on a new lower low, we retrace. So be very careful. If we close here, high chance of retracement. If you see that, then manage at break even. I just made my own social media page where I document my own trades starting from 30 USD capital using your strats, Harry. Thank you for teaching us. Tag me, bro. Tag me on that. Harry, for my 70k challenge is in deep drawdown. The max loss is 7k and my balance is now 63. So realistically, I've got about 200 left before the account is gone. Honestly, I feel like there's no hope left. Do you think it's still possible to recover, or am I cooked? It's possible to recover, but it's a waste of time. Right? That is the issue. It's possible to recover, but it's going to be a waste of time. Because your goal should be learning from those losses. Right? It should be, okay, this is what I've done wrong. And if you don't know that, then get that information. Let me improve now. So I can take the next challenge. Like I personally, on challenges, I work people towards a point where we are risking more than 1%. Because the challenge is where we want to get past, you know. Check that candle. What a candle this is. Look at that. DAX is looking good. Yeah, we can see it. Going to join back in the group by end of this week just to hang out? Yeah, there's a wait list. Just jump on the wait list. I remember you, Swift. You can, I'll accept you. Bro, can I know which platform we can trade more like MT5? Yep, you can trade on MT5. If you want like a good platform to trade, I can send it to you. I'll put a link in the chat. So if you want to have custom support and you want, you know, to make sure you're managed by someone who can keep your account good, and you have any issues, and custom manager and all of this type of stuff, and also if you want 150% deposit bonus, all that stuff, which can be useful, then I can send you that link as well. Just as a disclaimer, I will be paid $1 per lot. So make me rich and post 100 lots so I can make $100 and I can retire from my trading because I'm making $100 from someone popping 100 lots a day. So yeah, it's a little bit useless, but I did it for myself. How long do you stay on the waiting list? I actually read the application. So when you join the waiting list, there's an application. I'll show you. Oh yeah, I have it open already. Thank you guys. I actually noticed this just today. I opened this. Very nice ratings, and some of the write-ups here, I actually didn't notice you guys put such nice write-ups. Like this was really nice to read. You know, losing 2,000 personal capital, and then passed 2 funded evaluations, secured 3 successful payouts, and achieved 337 return personal. It's pretty sick. But yeah, when you press join now, I don't know if it will work for me. You choose the plan you want. It's not working for me because I own the group. But let me open it in an incognito. It will ask you a question box, and that question box will be like, why do you want to? So I read that. So if you actually put good reasons, I prioritize accepting you. If you just put rich, then obviously not. I will deny that application. So it's based like that. What was the name of the last song? Bro, I'll have to check 1 second. It's called Reflections by Bonsai. Bonsai is spelled B-O-N-S-A-Y-E. Mine just goes into card after I click the monthly one. Yeah, probably because you are a previous member. Or there's some setting that's going wrong. All right, 7 minutes for the open. Let's see. Can you answer question? Possibly. All right, gold pull back here. Very good. Nasdaq trying to get above here, so we could maybe get in 6 minutes. Nasdaq, we should wait 6 minutes. For setup 1, does it need bottom wick? For bullish setup 1, 15 minute? Yeah, I need bottom wicks in everything. Everything bullish, I need a bottom wick. I don't take a trade without a bottom wick. So I'm actually going to keep a focus on Nasdaq at the moment because I'm seeing Nasdaq might want to close above here. Full port longs on both. I mean, I don't think I want a full port longs on gold just yet. NQ trade, 4-hour tap below support, didn't close below, new candle, take 5-minute time frame. You have no confirmations here, right? So what if this just started to continue down? You're going to be stopped out very fast. You have no confirmations. You're buying in a choppy range. You got lucky here. Repeat that trade 100 times and see what happens. So to improve from that, what do you need? Confirmation. 5-minute bullish candle, clean area to trade. That would be better. Good thing is you had some analysis, right? So your analysis was good. You talked about tapping the 4-hour support, nothing close below. Very good. Just missing that last thing that's going to keep you consistent over time. Yeah, this would be nice. 5-minute close above, 30-minute close as well. I just don't like the 15 is going to look like a weak candle. But we'll figure out that problem later. For the SL, not the entry. Yeah. Sitting in NQ longs, yeah, it makes sense to be NQ long. Where are you in from? You're in from 950s on futures. Let's see. Yeah, exactly. Kind of from this break of structure down here. This was nice. Bro, gold analysis, we just analyze gold, potentially buys, but we have to see how this candle closes bearish. So if you're just coming in before the open, we closed above here, but we started to reject. If this candle can close weak here, we'll have something known as a setup 3. As long as I can close above on the 30-minute, it will be valid. But if it closes doji, it's giving us no information. We have no directional bias, right? So if this next 2 minutes can do some action and we close above the 4-hour support, that'll also close the 30-minute bullish. We could take a buy breaking the high. It should be like a setup 3 buy. So we'll keep an eye on it, but Nasdaq as well might have a better buy setup. I'm also keeping an eye, of course, on DAX here. But I don't think there'll be an open trade on DAX just yet. So I'm going to wait for after the open for DAX. Do you look for a bottom wick on SL1 bullish? Yes, I said yes. But SL doesn't, is where I keep my SL below bottom wicks. This month marked my 6th month as a full-time trader. Been a wild ride. Let's go, man. 6 months and counting. 6 months and counting. All right, can we close above here? Let's see. If we don't close above here, we still have the 30-minute closing above. Will it be enough? We don't know. So I would be on standby here. I'll be looking for a bottom wick, break of high, stop below that low. Ooh, no top wick on my broker. What about on futures? We have a top wick. Alright, that's fair. Yeah, so breaking high, stop below this 5 minute. Gonna give it a shot. See if we can get above the highs. Be at that 5? Yeah, we'll see what happens at that 5. Come actually put a little box around it. Just so we see. I also need to think if the 5 minute candle closes bearish in the range, we still have 3 minutes, but am I still gonna keep the order valid or not? 1 minute structure is good. Oops. So I think if the 5 minute candle closes in the range, then I'll probably delete the order. Because then I'd need bigger stops. Then I'd need to put stops below the 15. If the 5 minute candle closes doji, it would be a thunderstorm. I'm not too worried about that. The only thing we need to worry about if we get triggered is this 5 minute resistance up here. If we reject that aggressively, then I'll have to close break even. If we can push through it, or price can show me it's trying to fight through it, I'll be happy to take it and hold it, sorry. So let's see, 1 minute 30, are we gonna be able to get above or not? Have an order as well in futures. Both I'm trading CFD and futures. Alright, 1 minute for this candle to close. I'm just going to delete this order I have. The one in futures as well. Delete that one. And delete the one in CFD, because with 1 minute I rather see the candle close. So there we go. So if in the next 41 seconds this can buy back up and close somewhere here, I'll just re-enter the order. But I don't want it randomly flipping in the last 30 seconds, then I get in trouble. So I'm just going to wait here 30 seconds and then I'll re-enter the order if it's valid still. Because remember, we were running stops here. So it might want to retest and we can get a better entry. Trying to close weak the last few seconds. But will it be enough? Ooh. Just inside the range. wonder if it's worth still a shot here. It's a good rejection we have. I need to make a decision fast. It's tough when it closes back in the range, but we could just be chopping our way slowly towards the upside. I kind of want to see us tap this resistance, reject, and then re-break the highs. Okay, good. Now we got this kind of liquidity towards the upside. Can we get a 1 minute close? Okay, it's just gonna blast. Yeah, that 5 minute candle sucks. The trade is still valid, but you need to hold a bigger stop here because we can't trust when a 5 minute candle is closing bearish. You'd have to hold, not that big of course, but you'd have to hold a stop around this big here, 32 points. It's not that bad, 32 points, but then now at this 5 minute resistance, you'd have to watch and be kind of mental break even as well. Another thing we can do is buy above this 5 minute resistance. So I'm not too worried. It's about 3 minutes for this candle. I could get another entry above that. But we might just get the volume that I was looking for. Maybe I should have just left the order and then not really cared about it. But, you know, it's one of those decisions. I rather play safe than sorry. Yeah, I think that was the position. Go, go. Be careful, no 1 minute pullbacks. Very good volume we've had. That would be 1-to-1? Yeah, more than 1-to-1 at the moment. It's very good. Why could we not run the 20-point stops? Because you have a 5 minute breaking in the range, you're running 5 minute stops. So then you just need to base the trade on the 15 minute. So like I said, it was valid, but I just deleted and I didn't calculate fast enough. It's not unfortunate. You guys could have taken it on the 15, totally valid. I just wanted to try get a bit of a tighter stop. You would have actually got your 1-to-1 just now if you even taken it on the 15. And it's pushing amazing here. Yeah, it was a great push, great plan, great idea. Just threw a little bit of a curveball when I tried to run. Sometimes maybe it's not always the case to need to run tighter stops. We can just keep the bigger idea. Not 1-to-1 on the 15 yet. It's 1-to-1 here. Yeah, futures at least. Gold is trying to make its way back towards the upside. 5 minutes for this 15 to close. You want this 15 to close above to be valid. DAX is moving very nicely as well. Massive candle on DAX actually. Massive candle. Nasdaq as well. Gonna give you probably the same candle. Wow. What a push. Yeah, NQ has nice potential here. Got my 2R. Yeah, that was a nice push, that one. Look at this, even with the bigger stops, it was good. Anyways, amazing analysis. Leave a like on the stream, you know the drill, would appreciate it. Let's see what MK did. Sheesh. Don't be greedy, bro. Don't be greedy. Hello. We tapped 29,000 on CFDs. 15-minute DAX gonna fly. Mark my words, bro. It's already done, bro. If you're talking about it now, you're late. You're late now. Like, you should be in earlier. The trade was NASDAQ today. Straight pipe coming on the Gulf. Let's go, man. Yeah, it's a beauty, actually.
No, fuck no, bro. I gotta get my O2 sensors fixed. Probably a mechatronic rebuild. It's looking like a 10k bill, bro.
Alright, so you're 1k closer. I'm going to the strippers. Bro, Steven is cooking. I was gonna use the 15-minute stops, but I thought if it broke 5-minute structure with bearish bias, it was done anyways. But it never broke 5-minute struck, so you can use the 15-minute stops, which was the one. I just needed time to calculate. And then I was actually contemplating to keep the 5-minute. But the plan was good. It was, you know, the 30-minute superseded. You just needed to run the 15 stop and keep it simple. Anyways, that was the trade of the session, guys. That was the trade of the session. So no matter what happens, if you decide to calculate a different stop, you didn't make it on time, whatever, my scenario, different scenarios, you can't change that. So that's how it works. So once you see a trade of the session, you don't chase. And yeah, I'm gonna hop off now. It was good. I appreciate everyone showing up. Obviously, you saw what happened. Amazing trade here, amazing push. And yeah, just needed to kind of have that as a backup already thought ahead of time and not really go too crazy here. Couple of inches higher, I think it would have been a little bit easier decision. Then it's just a thunderstorm. I would have full sent it. I think the key was nothing closing below 4-hour support. I think that supersedes. I think slightly overthought. If not, I think it was perfect idea. And then probably just say, okay, fine, we got the 5. I will allow myself a bigger stop here because it's not like we don't have range. And that's the biggest thing here. But look at this, 46, and it was only 32. So I think that is the overview of what I felt. But that's normal. Again, I still want to find an... Yeah, you have to run it here, man. We could easily have this. Retest here, oops. Retest here, come back, tickle down here just to retest this structural point here, grab liquidity, and then you get the fly up. So that's why here is going to be the one. So very clean NQ though. Amazing plan, simple analysis, plays out to a T. Congrats to those who took it. DAX was the same push, but not really any entry here, unless you just rip a 5 like this, which is a bit nuts. And that's it. So London Open, killer. Appreciate you all for showing up though. Gold is not closing above. Gold is a bit messy, to be honest. NQ, look, people ask me, hey, why are you not trading forex, stuff like this? Because you're getting easy stuff. I mean, look, we're 1, 2, 3, 4 candles late, and still we're getting some volume. So that's what we want to be trading, guys. So appreciate you all, much love. Leave a like on the stream. Leave a subscribe to the channel if you haven't. We'll see you on tomorrow's stream. We need to continue the momentum here. Today should have been a win. So our recent stats on the stream, yesterday we took a loss, but then we took a win after that loss, which is nice. So recent stats is 7 wins, 1 loss. So let's see if we can make it 10 wins, 1 loss. This counts as a TS win? Yeah, but not for journal. So let's see if we can make it. Why is this highlighted with a box? How do I get this box around off this? Anyone know? I want to get this box around. Now it's around here. Anyways, forget it. Appreciate you guys as always. Much love having you on stream. Great questions today. And hopefully I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Alright? Much love and peace. Cheers, guys. Cheers.